G'day guys, Steve with Broken Sprocket. In this video, me and my brother Dean take on a trail called Dog Trap Trail. This is one of Dean's first rides back from a serious workplace injury, which I'll go into during the video. So let's get started. So I decided to call this trail Dog Trap Trail, but there are a couple of other sections on this trail that I think deserve names of their own. I'll let you know when I get close to them what we should call them. Well, I wasn't far into this trail until I made my very first mistake. As you can see, the bike hit that rock on a strange angle and I just stepped off the bike, went down the hill just a little bit and watched Dean ride on by. So this is the first half-decent ride my brother Dean has done since injuring his hand. He had a workplace accident where he basically cut 3 fingers off with a circular saw. So the only fingers that weren't damaged was his little finger and his thumb. They ended up basically putting his fingers pretty much back onto his hand, and he's had a lot of rehab and stuff like that to get those fingers working well. But another problem happened where he was picking up some firewood with his right hand, dropped a piece of wood onto the left hand and shattered one of those fingers again, the bone. So he had to go in for surgery for a second time to fix the second injury on his hand. So he's had a really tough time with his hand. So he wants to get back into riding, so I said we'll do this trail here because it's only a short trail and it's close to his house. So if he does get into too much pain, he can get out of the trail fairly quickly and it's not too far from his house. Turning left here on this corner is a little bit tricky. You've got to go uphill, there are rocks and you're right up against that tree. The rock there to the right hand side, if your back wheel drops into that, where my front wheel's lined up now, if your back wheel drops into that hole, you become stuck. So that's exactly what happened to Dean, he became stuck. And there's only one way out, and that's to push the bike out of there. Dean's bike must have bad fuel or something in it because it seems to stall easier than normal and it's really difficult to get the bike started again. This is one of few sections on the trail where you can actually pick up a bit of speed. Normally I'd change up a few gears and really get it going along this section, but today I was just being lazy, kept it in first. Okay, we're about to approach a section of trail that's a little bit more difficult, and I wanted to give this section of trail a new name. I was thinking something like Stonecutter's Ledge or something like that, but if you come up with something better, put a comment in the comment section below and we'll see if it's better than Stonecutter's Ledge and we'll go with that name.
You got to go down the creek and run along the edge of that rock wall. You're really close to the wall.
Okay, here we go. Think of a good name. I ended up sliding to the side and I was in a mad rush to get the bike squared up and get it started again to get out of Dean's way, as I could hear him in the creek behind me. It sounded like he was stuck in there for a moment and I didn't want to block his road up. Now I'm not sure if I stopped Dean's momentum or he became stuck on his own accord, but from this angle here you can kind of see how steep it is and how rocky it is, and there's not very much room. Dean's already starting to become fatigued and his bike is also overheating.
Yeah, you got to be right on the edge here, away from the wall. It still friggin' eats mulchy and there's no traction yet.
Doesn't take long till you get to the next harder section. You go down this hill off a small little rock ledge and then you've got to turn hard left beside a large rock, and there's a very small tree there which normally clips your handlebars, and then you've got to climb this hill here, and you're basically doing it from a standard start, which makes it all the more difficult. So if we can come up with another name for this section of the trail, it'd be cool. Leave a comment in the comments section below on what your name for this section of trail is going to be.
Hey? Yeah, I don't miss my old one.
You know, you shit fuel as well.
Huh?
It was full of fuel. So I'm guessing it's all probably might be a bit far. Doesn't want to idle at all.
Come on, Dean, get it up there. You've got this.
Hey!
We decided to remove some air from the rear tyre just to help him get a little bit more traction. I could tell from Dean's body posture he was starting to become frustrated, and it was only a matter of time until he does something stupid.
Oi! The track's this way.
rock gap here, it's quite easy going in this direction, but when you turn around and go the other direction, it's quite hard because you're going up the hill and the rock seems to just gravitate to the rear wheel and you get stuck sometimes. Large log up here, my first 3 attempts at doing this log ended up that I got stuck halfway over and had to sort of pick the bike up and get over. But this attempt here was one of my best attempts, and Dean also got over the log first go. Apart from stalling the bike on the other side, that was a really good attempt for his first go at that log.
Oh well, that's enough for Dean. He's had enough going in one direction. So I'm gonna head back and do the trail the opposite way, and then I'll head on home. Dean's just exhausted and his bike ain't running too crash hot either.
Yeah, so Dean told me the following day after this ride that his fingers were really sore, and it almost felt like his fingers were cut open and they were bleeding. His fingers weren't cut open and bleeding, they were actually quite fine, but it's just how sore they felt, and so he didn't bother to come back the same direction on the way home. He just went home, but he did say he'll be back next week to have another go.
Watch this video next, or go to the Broken Sprocket video library and choose another top video. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. After all, it's for free and guaranteed to make your day 20% better. If you're already a subscriber and you're having a bad day, just think it could have been 20% worse. You can also follow Broken Sprocket on Instagram. So, I'll see you in the next video.